Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
With trick-or-treating now underway across Metro Detroit, Exact Track 4D radar showing, of course, showers moving through the area. Rain on Halloween happens so often. It is a Michigan tradition, it seems.
And here we go again, right? But Kim, obviously this is not a complete rain out. There's still hope. We just got to be strategic.
There are many places that are dry. I'll show you the radar in a moment, but I had a lot of people asking me, why does it seem like it rains every year on Halloween? So we did some digging, and sure enough, 8 out of the last 10 years, it has rained. If you count tonight, which we will, it's 9 out of the last 11. 3 years we had a trace of snow, and only 2 years have been completely dry. In the last 11 years, only 2 have been dry, 2016 and 2020, and it is raining out there in many spots tonight. Let's take a look at Exact Track 4D radar and do some street level mapping. We'll go out to the west first. It is pouring down rain right now, right along I-96 in Brighton, Green Oak, Hamburg, also getting some showers. It's raining now in Wixom. Plymouth is dry though, but within the next 40 minutes or so, it'll start to rain just a little bit in Plymouth, also in Canton. Farmington Hills getting a few sprinkles, also in West Bloomfield. Now let's head a little further down to Ecorse, Dearborn, Taylor, all dry. So Wayne County doing pretty well. Hamtramck is dry. It's dry in the city of Detroit right now, dry in Inkster, and also out at the airport. Livonia is dry at this hour as well. Up to the north, the heaviest rain right now is this little band of rain that goes through Troy, Rochester Hills, Macomb, Sterling Heights, New Baltimore. Anchor Bay is getting a pretty decent downpour right now. That's going to move out of here, though, within the next probably 10 minutes, and it'll continue raining. It just won't be quite as heavy, but it is scattered, so you can see there are plenty of places to go tonight, and even the rain that's falling, nothing to really interfere with the trick-or-treaters. I mean, they can handle a little bit of rain. If they've grown up here in Michigan, they know that this is just the way it goes. So the trick-or-treat forecast, a few showers. At least it's mild, though. Temperatures staying in the 60s all the way through 8 o'clock, dropping down to the 50s by 9 o'clock. Once Halloween is out of here, big warm-up in our future. Huge. You're going to want to see it coming up in a few minutes.
The same saying about none of this will keep postmen from their appointed. Same
true.
thing. Nothing's going to keep kids from their candy.
not
So,
at all.
neither rain nor hail, any of that. Well, an investigation is underway after a downriver police officer hits and kills a pedestrian.
This happened overnight in Taylor at the intersection of Goddard and Westlake near Telegraph. Priya Mann reports the officer was responding to a call for service.
MSP say that Taylor police officer was responding to a call and looking for an address on his left when he hit and killed a man walking in the road.
I think it's so tragic. I'm just so sorry it happened.
People who live at Goddard and Westlake Avenue in Taylor were surprised a pedestrian was hit and killed around 1 Monday morning.
A policeman hit him? That's sad. I think it's a terrible mistake. I don't think it was on purpose. I do trust our policemen. And at night, when people just randomly cross the street on a main road, it can happen.
Michigan State Police are investigating the deadly crash. They say the officer was responding to a call and driving at the posted speed without flashing lights.
This is a busy street. At night, it's more quiet.
Police say the victim, a 65-year-old Taylor man, was walking in the roadway and died at the scene.
How dark does it kind of get around here?
Kind of gets dark because we only have that light up there that shines.
How about on Goddard?
It's only them lights up there.
Sometimes they're not on. I don't know if they were last night or not.
Have you ever seen people walking in the road?
People cross the street, and at night when it's dark, we have to make sure that we really watch out that we're not going to hit someone crossing the street. It doesn't happen a lot at night, though.
And when it comes to possible charges, Michigan State Police say they're still reviewing evidence, including dash cam video, and waiting for the medical examiner's reports. They will submit all of that evidence to the prosecutor's office for review. We'll, of course, continue to follow this developing story. Reporting live tonight, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, we know you will. Thank you, Priya.
Criminal charges are possible after the ugly incident that followed Saturday night's game against Michigan State and between Michigan and Michigan State at the Big House. ESPN reports the family of cornerback Jerron Green plans on taking legal action. Now, MSU has already suspended 4 players seen on video appearing to throw punches and kicks at a Michigan player in the tunnel that leads to the locker rooms. Coach Jim Harbaugh says 2 of his players were hurt, one of them hit by a helmet swung by an MSU player. You'll hear more from Jim Harbaugh coming up in sports.
Affirmative action taking center stage at the Supreme Court today. Harvard and the University of North Carolina are being sued by a group called Students for Fair Admissions. The University of Michigan is backing the schools involved. Our Rob Maloney now joins us live from Ann Arbor tonight with how today's hearing went, as well as reaction from campus. Ron?
Well, Karen, we need to give a little perspective, historical perspective here, because back in 2006, Michigan passed something called Proposal 2. And what it did was that it denied universities from using racial preferences in terms of college applications. So they haven't done it here in Michigan. But here at the University of Michigan, they are definitely in support of that idea and are backing Harvard and UNC at the Supreme Court. When it comes to diversifying the U of M campus, the university filed an amicus brief, 26 pages supporting UNC and Harvard. In part, it said, quote, "The university continues to believe that maintaining a diverse student body has compelling educational benefits, and UM has made exceptional efforts to attain diversity. Nevertheless, minority enrollment fell sharply in the wake of Proposal 2, end quote." University of Michigan law professor Evan Kaminker listened in on today's pleadings.
They were still pushing and pulling on how much does race matter? Can the universities do something different that will get to racial diversity without taking race into account?
Kaminker believes the systems in place now populating schools like U of M will remain in place, largely because he believes that the court will likely overturn affirmative action here.
The most likely outcome is that there will be a conservative majority to overrule Grutter and say we're done. But the court didn't actually probe explicitly the question that way.
As for U of M minority students,
if you're going to strictly look at grades and GPA and all that, that would be skewed more towards the majority, as opposed to African Americans who are raised in, say, poorer communities.
And I think affirmative action is, really helpful in helping, balance out the, diversity here at the school, because it's really needed.
Now, you heard a reference to Grutter. That's the U.S. Supreme Court case back about 20 years ago that allowed for the affirmative action to go into place. But the suit basically centers around whether the universities are improperly using that law. In the meantime, Justice Sam Alito is concerned about Asian students getting lower personal scores than African Americans at Harvard. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson has recused herself from these arguments. Back to you.
So, Rod, when are we likely to see a decision on this?
Well, normally, let's remember the Supreme Court docket just started this month, so it's likely that this will be one of those cases that we'll hear about probably next spring.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you, Rod.
Election day, 1 week from tomorrow. The marquee race in Michigan is the one pitting Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer against the Republican challenger Tudor Dixon. And tonight, we have the results of our final Local 4 Detroit News poll. And while the race has tightened, the current governor still has the strong upper hand. Gone are the days of a 17-point lead for Governor Whitmer. But 1 week from Election Day, our final poll shows her leading Tudor Dixon by about 8.5 points. That aligns with the favorability ratings of the two. Whitmer's favorability is 3 points higher than her unfavorables, but Dixon is underwater on that front, with her unfavorable rating 8 points higher than her favorable number. But our pollster, Richard Zuba, says you can trace this race along the abortion issue.
And if you support Proposal 3, 90% of those voters are going to Gretchen Whitmer. If you oppose Proposal 3, over 80% of those voters are going to Tudor Dixon. Anybody who says that abortion and Proposal 3 is not the dividing line in this governor's race is not paying attention to what these numbers are saying.
Michiganders remain extremely motivated to cast their ballots this year. Here's an interesting finding. The number one issue facing Michigan right now, according to those polled, is inflation. But the number one driver of their vote? Abortion and women's rights.
Republicans are highly motivated by inflation. Democrats and independents are highly motivated by abortion. And typically in a midterm election, we have one current. It is the party in power gets beaten badly. But this is a very rare midterm in which we have these two competing waves coming at each other, and they're going to crash on Election Day. And we have not had that in the past in a midterm election.
Yeah, quite an extraordinary year. Stay with Local 4. Coming up later on tonight on Local 4 News at 11, we will dig into where things stand right now in the races for Attorney General and Secretary of State. You'll find out more of our exclusive WDIV Detroit News results tonight at 11.
Well, some major renovations coming to a popular attraction at Belle Isle in Detroit.
Starting November 14th, the conservatory is going to undergo $10 million in renovations. It is such a cool building, isn't it? The new work is going to require the closure of the conservatory and all the grounds around it. The improvements are going to include removal of lead paint, reglazing that upper dome, and it's also going to update the conservatory's ventilation system. The outdoor gardens will reopen in May of next year. The conservatory itself is going to take longer. It's slated to reopen in May of 2024.
It is a gym. I took my kids there when they were really little and took all these photographs.
Of course, it's just iconic stuff. Yeah, it's really worth preserving and taking care of, that's for sure. Still more to come on Local 4 News here at 6.
Here's Victor Williams.
It's the moment that led to an unlikely friendship that's still going on today.
I said, hey, sir, you can't sleep here.
The heartwarming story of what happens next, coming up.